Did you know that nearly 60% of people today feel a deep sense of spiritual emptiness? Are you one of these 60%? What if this isn't by chance, but part of a hidden, relentless battle for your very soul? In this video, we're uncovering the secret war being waged against your spirit, a battle many don't even realize they're in. You'll learn about the subtle tactics used to pull you away from true peace, the forces that work to erode your faith, and the steps you can take to reclaim control. By the end, you'll understand why this struggle impacts every aspect of your life, and more importantly, you can stand strong against it. Stay with us to arm yourself with the truth and be prepared for what lies ahead. Welcome to a journey into one of the most profound yet hidden battles we face daily, the secret war for our souls. There's a fierce conflict happening beyond what our eyes can see, a war that doesn't just target our thoughts or beliefs, but our very essence. This battle is deeply rooted in our faith as Catholics and has been acknowledged by countless saints and church teachings. This war affects every one of us, regardless of age, background, or spiritual journey. It's a battle we often ignore, yet it's relentlessly fought in the quiet spaces of our minds, our relationships, and even through the world's temptations. Today, we'll uncover what's truly at stake and explore how to recognize and resist these subtle yet powerful forces that may be impacting you even now. In a world overflowing with messages, opinions, and influences, staying grounded in our faith has never been more challenging. Every day, we're bombarded with societal pressures that push us to seek happiness in materialism, success, or validation. Advertisements tell us that more possessions will bring us joy, that climbing the career ladder will fulfill us, or that achieving a certain image will bring us worth. We're subtly told that faith is outdated, even irrational, that it holds us back rather than setting us free. The media we consume, the popular opinions we hear, and even our personal ambitions can sometimes blur our spiritual compass, leading us away from God's truth and toward worldly illusions of happiness. But these aren't just external pressures. The battle also takes place within us. We're human, and as such, we wrestle with doubts, insecurities, and wounds from our past. These internal struggles can be relentless. They feed off our fears, amplifying the voices that say we're not good enough, that we'll never measure up, or that God is distant, perhaps even indifferent to our struggles. These voices, though often quiet, can shape our self-image and lead us to question our purpose and value. In this quiet war, the internal forces of self-doubt and insecurity aim to weaken our faith, making us vulnerable to the temptations that lead us further from God. This confusion is worsened by the tidal wave of misinformation we face every day. With so many perspectives on what is good, what is right, and what brings peace, we're often drawn toward temporary pleasures that satisfy us momentarily but leave a lasting emptiness. We might find ourselves numbing this emptiness with distractions, scrolling through social media, binging shows, or chasing recognition, only to realize that true satisfaction still feels out of reach. This ongoing restlessness, this unexplainable void, is a symptom of a deeper issue, a sign that we're pulled in directions away from our Creator. The reality is that these struggles don't happen by chance. They're signs of a larger, unseen struggle, a spiritual battle designed to pull us away from the love, purpose, and truth that come from God. The very forces at work seek to keep us unaware, preoccupied with the surface issues rather than allowing us to dig deeper into what truly matters. This hidden battle is real, relentless, and directed at our souls, because when we're disconnected from God, we're more likely to settle for fleeting satisfactions instead of the profound peace that only He can provide. Recognizing this spiritual battle is the first step, but understanding its implications and how to counter these influences is where the true strength lies. By confronting both the external distractions and the internal struggles, we begin to see the tactics designed to lead us away from our faith and our God-given purpose. Throughout history, the Catholic Church has taught that this spiritual war is not just a metaphor. It's a real, ongoing conflict that impacts our minds, hearts, and souls in profound ways. Saints like Saint Ignatius of Loyola and Saint Teresa of Avila recognized this battle firsthand and urged believers to see it for what it truly is: a relentless, unseen struggle waged against the faithful in subtle but powerful ways. They described this spiritual warfare as a battle fought not with weapons, but with thoughts, emotions, and decisions that shape our relationship with God. Saint Ignatius even developed the practice of spiritual discernment as a tool for identifying and resisting influences that steer us away from divine truth, emphasizing how thoughts and desires can either bring us closer to God or drive a wedge between us. In our modern world, this war has only intensified and become more complex. Today's distractions, like the endless allure of social media, the pressure to conform to certain body images, and the societal emphasis on financial success, are powerful tools in this hidden war against our soul. Each of these distractions may seem harmless or even necessary for a fulfilling life, but they often work quietly, keeping our attention locked on superficial concerns and away from what truly matters. Psychologists have even identified how these constant distractions impact our mental well-being, lowering our ability to experience real peace and making it difficult for us to connect on a deeper spiritual level. We can end up feeling spiritually exhausted without even knowing why. Beyond distractions, there's also the issue of cultural influences, which can quietly and gradually distort our sense of right and wrong. In today's world, behaviors and lifestyles that once conflicted with Catholic teachings have become normalized or even celebrated. The line between what is holy and what is harmful is increasingly blurred. As society shifts its moral standards, Catholics face mounting pressure to compromise their values to fit in or avoid conflict. These cultural shifts often encourage us to tolerate or even embrace behaviors that were once seen as harmful to our souls. The enemy in this war doesn't always appear as an obvious temptation. More often, it's disguised in our ambitions, our routines, or the pursuit of self-centered happiness that leaves little room for God. This ongoing conflict is not only about resisting obvious sins or temptations. It's about cultivating the spiritual awareness to see the subtle ways that these influences erode our relationship with God. It's the quiet compromises, the small distractions, and the moments when we choose worldly comfort over spiritual growth that gradually pull us away. By understanding these dynamics, we start to see how every moment, every decision, and every influence has the potential to either draw us closer to God or further away from Him. Here's the uncomfortable truth that many find difficult to face. This secret war is closer to us than we think. It's not a distant, abstract concept. It's woven into the very fabric of our daily lives. This battle manifests in our smallest choices, our seemingly insignificant compromises, and the subtle ways we stray from our faith without even realizing it. For instance, each time we allow fear to dictate our decisions or let anger guide our words, we may unknowingly be giving into forces that oppose our soul's true purpose. This ongoing struggle is real, persistent, and often invisible, and it feeds off the moments when we feel weary or when we stop paying attention to our spiritual health. St. Paul warned us in his letter to the Ephesians, saying, "Our struggle is not against flesh and blood, but against the spiritual forces of evil." Ephesians 6 verse 12. These forces work in ways that are easy to dismiss or ignore, gradually dulling our spiritual senses. The true danger isn't just the temptation to sin outright. It's the slow, creeping indifference that settles over our souls when we're distracted, numb, or spiritually detached. When we start to feel a sense of spiritual numbness, or when prayer begins to feel like a chore rather than a lifeline, these are signals that we may be losing ground in this unseen battle. Recognizing this danger is the first step toward resisting it. Spiritual awareness allows us to see the reality of these influences and take control of our journey toward God. By strengthening our relationship with Christ, we can begin to reclaim ground in this war, choosing to actively guard our souls against the forces that seek to separate us from His love. In this world filled with unseen forces and hidden agendas, staying strong in our Catholic faith is not only essential, but a daily act of courage. We've explored the various ways this secret war plays out, from external pressures to internal struggles. We've seen how this battle isn't just a concept, but a reality that impacts each one of us. It's crucial to remain vigilant, discerning the forces that seek to lead us away from the peace and fulfillment only God can provide. And remember, we are not alone. Christ has already overcome the world and empowers us through His grace to face this battle with hope. Before you go, take a moment to reflect. Have you ever sensed an inner struggle, a feeling that there's something pulling you away from peace or purpose? We'd love to hear your thoughts or any experiences you might have had with this inner battle. Drop a comment below. Your story could help someone else on their journey, too. And if this message resonated with you, please like, subscribe, and share it with others who may need a reminder of this unseen reality. Together, let's strengthen our faith and awareness. Thank you for being here, and may God bless you on this journey. If you're looking to overcome depression and anxiety by strengthening your spirituality, I invite you to check out my ebook, Soulful Transformations, Bridging Faith and Mind for Lasting Wellness, available on Kindle. This book combines cognitive behavioral therapy, CBT, with biblical wisdom to help you manage stress, tackle anxiety, and find lasting peace through faith. It's not just about mental health. It's about deepening your relationship with God and transforming your life in ways that inspire others. Check the description below for the link and take the first step toward a life of spiritual and emotional wellness.